Have you ever wondered what would happen if you just let your foil dry after printing? Clearly, the oil and water separation on the plate is going to start to deteriorate, but exactly how it will happen is what I'm interested in. Here we go. Yep, there it goes. See how much ink it is picking up everywhere? And when I was talking about printing this yesterday, I was already complaining about it picking up too much ink. But look at that. That is just spreading out, kind of like a disease. This has such an interesting effect. I am going to print it to see what it looks like. Well, let's see what it looks like on paper. I just printed this on a piece of glassine to get an idea of what's going on. So definitely the image has been ruined by being left open, but I actually really love what's going on these edges, how it's bleeding outwards. Otherwise, there's not much surprise in the fact that leaving the foil open without anything protecting it will ruin the image. I expected the extent to which it was ruined actually to be quite a lot worse. But it's only been open for a day, so I will put it aside and give it another try tomorrow. Day 2 of the foil litho ruining experiment. Aha, there we go. It is picking up ink all over the place. And this is kind of what I expected to happen the first time. So that's the answer to why you should not be leaving your lithos open and dry for long periods of time. I'm sure eventually if I tried it again, it would get to a point where everything is just completely full of ink. Even though this is totally ruined, there's still some very interesting textures going on in here. I'm gonna print this once, and I think that will probably be enough. Oh. So I printed this over the previous experiment, and it's not registered. So it's a little hard to see what's going on, but I can tell that those areas where it's really spread out are beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't think there'd be any way to control this kind of effect. I do wonder though, if at this point I gum it down, will I get the exact same effect tomorrow? Or because I've already started the destructive process, will that just continue on its own? We're back. It's 2 days later, and we're going to see if the destruction of this plate has been halted by the gum arabic or if it will continue nevertheless. Okay, so far it's looking like it's not progressing. Honestly, I'm just so fascinated by how this looks. Ooh, that is beautiful in a very strange way. My goodness, the edges where the ink is bleeding out is just fantastic. Thoughts? Well, even though I knew this was going to be destroyed from the get-go, the way in which it fell apart was just so incredibly beautiful. I'm not sure I would actually be able to use this in an edition. I would have to do a lot of tests to see if there was a way I could control the effect. Either way, it was an exciting experiment and I'm happy with the results. Thank you for watching and see you next time.